Hi, my name is Very Dynamic, the force stimulating change, and you're watching the Houston 100, powered by the Minority Report. So this next guest that I have, you may have seen him in the communities of, education, the schools, just working with different children, or you may have seen him on TV with Ready to Love. But either way, he is what we call Super Carroll. I would like to introduce Bryan Carroll of Bryan Carroll and Associates. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Happy to be here. Thank you.
Yes, we're happy to have you here. I mean, you have really just been evolving in the community. Education and children are really your passion. Tell us a little bit more about your consulting agency.
Well, I truly believe that education is the great equalizer. And without education, we can't really matriculate through life. But I don't like the marginalized education of just reading, writing, and arithmetic. I want them to understand that you got to be educated in so many different areas to really grow and to have healthy relationships, or just to be healthy in general. So after working in school, I'm in year 12, right? I'm certified in special education, and basically what it is the kid is here, this is where they want them, I'm that middle gap. So I'm filling the needs, So I want to try to come up with valuable solutions to help the kids to grow and be whatever it is they need to do to meet those measurable goals. And we know about life and success, you want to meet goals, right? So what I've done is just come up with a bunch of different solutions in the area of sports, academics, so different things like that to help the kids to grow.
Nice. Now, every time we're on social media, we always see you either mentoring some children or you're speaking in the different schools and different programs. Tell us about who Super Carroll is.
So the way Super Carroll came about, of course, my name is Bryan Carroll, but I was doing a behavior class where everybody in the class was labeled emotionally disturbed, bipolar, and I don't believe in those type of labels. Although we do have to have a measuring stick, and we understand there are certain things we may struggle with, but I don't want them to live in that.
Right.
So I would go in there and I would pour my heart into them every single day. And I didn't want to enable them. I wanted to hold them accountable, but also show the right amount of grace and fidelity and patience with them. So I just would pour my heart out to them every day. And my two teachers' aides were really like my mom. They were like my moms, and they would come in and say, Super Carroll, every day as I would pour out and give motivational talks to the kids. And that's where I really started speaking, to a class of about 5 or 6 middle schoolers that were left out and counted out by everybody, and nobody said they could do it. And we wanted to shock the world, showing that we could do it.
It's so interesting because oftentimes we watch these different movies and we see these superheroes on television just saving the world, and we often tend to overlook the superheroes that are right there in our face every day. And so I love the concept of Super Carroll because it's giving those children hope to see that, man, that could be you when you grow up,
Absolutely.
So, now you have your organization, Cure Inc. You just did a huge Giving Tuesday right after Thanksgiving. Tell us about your program and the nonprofit there.
So the program Cure is a community under reconstruction through education. And like I said, I just don't want them to marginalize education of reading, writing, and arithmetic. We have to educate the community. When we talk about getting rid of gentrification, we talk about saying that Black Lives Matter, we talk about really uplifting the community, we have to do that in every aspect of the community, whether it's real estate, whether it's our health, not having food deserts, supplying kids with clothes, getting them a healthy understanding of what it means like to even dress up. I worked at a school one time, and they had the ceremony where they would name who's 1, 2, 3, who the top people in the class. And a lot of the young men didn't know how to dress in a professional manner, and a lot of young women didn't know how to dress in a professional manner. So just the smallest things socially that will help you be able to engage appropriately in society are important. So the Cure, we just want to supply whatever need there is in the society, within the kids, whether it's literacy. 1 in 4 Harris County are considered illiterate. You go into the poor communities, it's even higher than that. So we attack literacy, we attack critical thinking. Because if I can teach you how to read, I can work that muscle in your head, right? And then once that muscle starts working and growing and expanding, now I'm making your head real big, but just expanding as far as you get more educated and get smarter, now you're able to think critically. So now I can give you emotional intelligence, and now you know how to work through life.
That is a really key element, emotional intelligence.
Absolutely.
I tell people all the time, when situations take place, we often react to it versus being proactive, and I love that you've taken the proactive approach. So as a former football player, turned athletic coach or athletic expert, talk about sports intelligence or athletic intelligence and how you transition everything that you've ever known into who you are today.
Well, the sports arena is very, I love that. I love sports. I love being active. Truth is, most athletes learn by doing, because we're creatures of habit. So I know athletes that got bad grades, but we're remembering a playbook that's this thick, and we remember everything in that playbook. But in practice and through watching film, we learn with all 7 of our learning styles, and we actually learn by doing. So a lot of times in school, they just want you to sit down and shut up while they talk to you. But me, I was effective in my class because I had them actively engaged in doing what they need to do. So that's one method to just let you know that we can all learn, but less than 1% make it to the pros. Less than 1%, 2% make it to play D1, which everybody wants to go. Only 6% of high school football players get to make it to college to even play football. I want them to understand what they're up against and how everything actually works, so we can devise a plan and really be more strategic about actually getting there. And another thing with the player development that they don't realize, I had a friend that was an All-American, got drafted in the 2nd round to the Texans. I said, what was the biggest need? He said, player development. I said, well, what was the problem? Why didn't things work out? Do you think for most athletes like they should? He said, the problem is because they give me player development after I'm already a millionaire. I've already gotten everything I need to destroy myself. I got all the money. I got every distraction possible. So what I want to do with athletic intelligence is help them understand they are intelligent and they can leverage their power early. You got high school guys traveling all around the country with 100,000 followers on Instagram and don't know how to leverage it. You know what I'm saying? They're getting travel. They're getting people offering them money. We have all this idle time on campus in the summertime, but who's asking for an internship instead of just playing on their PS5 and chilling?
Right.
So we're not preparing, so at athletic intelligence, we prepare the athletes, we give them that emotional intelligence, and we attack the mental health issues. Because if you've been a man and you've been playing ball your life and your whole identity is rooted and grounded in playing basketball, football, running track, and that door closes, what do? Because now you don't know who you are because you've invested so much time into that, you've never grown educationally.
Wow. Well, how can parents find you and register their children, for your different programs?
The website is bryancarrollassociates.com. We're transitioning to calling it cureproject.org. So whether you type in cure, C-U-R-E, project.org, or Bryan Carroll and Associates. It's 2 S's in associates. I know everybody can't spell. It's all good. Either way you type that in, it's going to go to the same website. You go in and you can check out the SEL things with the social emotional learning. You can check out the children's books I have. You can check out athletic intelligence, or you can check out just the mentoring program. And you have the opportunity where you can contact me as well.
Well, thank you. Yes, Super Carroll in the building, coming
Instagram
to a neighborhood near you. I am very dynamic, the force stimulating change, and you are watching Houston 100.